guess, read, make a guess, read, make a guess, read. And there's actually some players today that said they really wish they came up during the Brawl era because they want their neutral to be better.
Oh, yeah. Brawl was 90% neutral.
Yes.
Maybe 80, maybe 90 is too much, but it was a lot.
Majority, yeah.
Majority neutral. And, you know, if you are blessed like some of the characters like Meta Knight, you're able to go for things like edge guards and stuff like that. But we got Chia on the R.O.B, and R.O.B was a pretty popular character in the beginning of the meta and then kind of fell off towards the, the later end. But, I mean, R.O.B still had some good wins. Obviously, Ocean versus Mewtwo King was a big one right back in the day.
But it was just hard to compete with some of the other characters, and it's as you said, Brawl got a little more solved, which made people figure out, hey, what is R.O.B's weakness actually?
Yeah, I mean, when you're a character like Meta Knight, right? Once the game, you're so much stronger than the rest of the cast. So I mean, that up air, like what, frame 2 or something absurd like that.
Frame 2 up air and that up B, poor DI right there. That is the fakest kill move in the game, because if you DI up B properly, you live into like 150, 160. But if you do it wrong, you just explode like we just saw right there from Chia.
Yeah, and of course the glide attack from the up B going to be such a powerful move. I wouldn't say like super safe on block, but pretty safe on block.
Yeah, very few characters can really deal with it if you do it properly. It has transcendent priority, just a great tool all around.
Oh man, that neutral air, that took me back. the multi-hit does like over 20 damage or something absurd if you hit all the hits. And of course the Meta Knight Tornado going to be such a great, I mean, almost everything tool, right? You can use it in neutral. If you bring it high enough, you really have no end lag, right? So beautiful cross up here, and the pressure keeps on coming.
Yeah, and it's really going to be a question for Chia. One, you got to get your feet planted first. But after that, how are you going to deal with the Tornado? How are you going to deal with kind of the tools that Meta Knight has that have very little lag at the end? Because right now, it's not looking the best. Great back air right there to challenge that Meta Knight up B.
Okay, there's the top toss here. And, I mean, speaking of tech, Brawl, probably not as much tech as Melee, right?
Yeah.
But, Brawl, probably the Smash game with the second most amount of technical, advanced techs in the game.
Very character specific as well.
Right. And I mean, we're seeing some of it right now. Chia with the top using it as a glide toss there. Mm-hmm. And a lot of characters, I mean, depending on the character, you have different glide tosses, so different viability here. But obviously, R.O.B going to be able to spawn, their own item here, so it can be useful. And that forward tilt is so good in Brawl.
Absolutely. And just right now, I mean, 686M definitely having a great control of items, You throw a top at me, that's mine now. I'm throwing it right back at you. It almost makes you wonder if Chia should stop using the item.
Oh, yeah. Controlling space here by the edge. Yeah, very hard to... can't really ledge trap in this game because you can re-grab the ledge, you have your intangibility, and of course, characters like Meta Knight or even Mars can do very great, like, drop-off ledge aerials, right, that keep you very safe. So you kind of just control that center stage and kind of wait till they decide to come back onto stage here. And the survivability in Brawl is so crazy with the momentum canceling as well, right?
Absolutely. And Meta Knight's one of the few characters that can actually do 2 up airs with full intangibility and then re-grab the ledge, which is just so difficult to deal with.
3 up airs and a short hop.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Upward aerial. Very good move here. And as you can see, neutral air dodge, not going to have directional air dodge in Brawl, but you can neutral air dodge to the ground and practically have no lag. There was even characters like DDD where you would kind of fish for your KO option by doing air dodge into the ground and going into up. Oh, man, going into up.
Are we going to drop down, do it again? Another reverse up beat? Nope. Going to let Chia back. Chia, though, using all that gas. 686 just chasing you down.
Yeah, finally Chia landing back on the stage. You're going to re-up on the field, but look at the damage that 686 has done so far. Love the perfect shield noise in Brawl.
Yeah, it really made you feel it, It's kind of the way Ryu now power shields, and you're just like, oh, that was a power shield. That was a parry. Good stuff. Very similar feeling.
Yeah, and I believe Brawl was the easiest game frame data-wise to get a perfect shield, if I'm not mistaken.
3 frames, if I'm not mistaken.
It was pretty gracious in Brawl, comparatively to some of the others.
I actually don't know what it is in Ultimate.
Oh, the parry window? Parry window is pretty big, but it's not like you're dropping shield, which is more of a risk, right? Rather than just bringing, like when you bring up a shield, it's almost like an OS. Like, oh, if I do it a little on the earlier side, like I'll get the perfect shield. If not, I'll shield it. Like, I'm cool with that.
That's true. That is true.
And shield was probably the most powerful tool in Brawl. If we're just like,
next to glide attack.
Next to Meta Knight glide attack, or just Meta Knight, right?
Yeah, but I mean, Chia is staying alive as we've been talking, and that
my goodness.
That up B, such a good tool. Actually hitting R.O.B's big head.
Yeah,
R.O.B was underneath the platform, and Meta Knight's like, that's cool. You're too big. Take this. Hold that L.
Yeah, and actually to do anything like up B or up smash out of shield in Brawl, you actually had to go ahead and do the jump cancel version in both Brawl and Smash 4.
Yep.
So in Ultimate, you're actually able to just go ahead and up B or,
And
up
just
smash.
not do. Yeah, it's a little easier.
Yeah, it's a little easier.
It actually was a learning curve for me. I had to remember to stop hitting jump.
Oh yeah, when Ultimate came out, I was like, okay, I don't have to jump anymore.
Don't do it. Okay. Oh man,
it was such a, it was weird, right?
All right.
The up airs.
And really classic stage choice, Final Destination. Going to give Chia a lot of space if she wants to use those projectiles. Going to have space to do it. Right now, it doesn't seem to matter, though. Is 686 definitely just hunting Chia down yet again and just really not allowing her to land.
Yeah, and I mean, Meta Knight advantage state was very brutal here. The perfect shield to get rid of the gyro. And Chia knowing all the options to beat out the Tornado. I mean, that was the big golden question when you thought about the Meta Knight matchup for your character. You're like, well, what are the moves that can stop Tornado, right? And that's going to be a very big deal here. Chia using the forward smash, and we've seen some other things like the gyro. Knocks 686 out of the NATO here, going for the glide and just chasing down, goes for the forward smash. A little bit of startup, but not a lot of end lag.
Absolutely. Right now, how do you recover is the question again. I mean, Chia's definitely started getting significantly better at recovering, so there is a little bit of hope. R.O.B a little bit on the heavier side. Meta Knight doesn't care a ton, but you still are a little bit on the heavier side.
Right. I mean, it was crazy, too, because Meta Knight is that light character, but up air fastball was such a good momentum break that Meta Knight could live to absurd percents in this game, depending on how big the blast zones were.
Yeah, a little bit of an oversight, if you will, by Mr. Sakurai, but for those of you that aren't aware, if you could regain control of your momentum in this game, you were not going to lose that stock, and Meta Knight had such a quick up air that, again, could take control or regain control of with momentum right afterwards.
Here's the glide attack here. 686 still just going for the down airs. And I mean, that move was so huge. You had down air, I mean, down smash all the way from the center of the stage. Very, very quick. I forget the exact frame data, but I believe it's like something like 4, really, really fast.
It's faster than we would like. Right now, though, 686 just playing the patient game. That is such a bizarre game plan to literally stay at the ledge until Chia throws out a top for you to grab.
Yeah, and another thing about Brawl as well is you notice that these players are able to run through each other's hurt boxes. Not a thing in Ultimate, right? So you can run through. So fast characters actually get a huge buff off of that. Like Meta Knight, you can just like run through someone. There's a bunch of different mix-ups you can do. So really, really creative stuff. And you got to watch out. I mean, these players were in top 16, so they're very aware of it. But the FD lip as well, you can cause a lot of SDs with that.
Yeah. R.O.B recovers pretty well, so hopefully even if you mess up, you didn't mess up.
Right. It was like the Marths and stuff, you know what I mean? You could mess up on the bottom edge right there.
Really unfortunate. Another thing that's different about Brawl compared to like Ultimate today, where probably the majority of our viewers are coming from.
Oh, wow. That was atrocious.
Great. Okay. You can knock people onto the ledge. So if you're on stage shielding, they can actually push you onto the ledge and take stage control that way as well. Right.
And that worked on platforms as well. There's a bunch of different setups. I believe it was called pratfall, right? When you hit someone off of a platform while they're shielding and they couldn't tech when they hit the ground and you would just jab lock.
Something of that nature.
Yeah, I don't know if it was called pratfall or the exact name of the tech, but there was a bunch of cool stuff you could do by essentially pushing people off of ledges or the stage or a platform while they're shielding.
All right, the Nair's coming in from 686, and you really can't eat another Nair. A sweet spot Nair right now from Meta Knight, I think, would take the stock. Ooh, well-spaced glide attack, but even better power shield, actually, to get the punish.
Yeah, I mean, this game, the power shield window was gracious, but you honestly needed it to punish a lot of very, very safe moves, right? We talk about how strong shield is, so, I mean, already, while the up tilt is going to do it there, 686 with a, pretty good lead here, but Chia keeping this a lot closer than game number 1. And another thing to note as well, SDI was extremely powerful. We see 686 getting out of a lot of Chia's down smashes, right? So SDI was the multiplier was just so powerful in Brawl. So a lot of multi-hit moves actually fell out of flavor. You just kind of didn't use them, right? And some characters like Zelda, almost her whole kit was multi-hit. So it's just like, well, you kind of don't exist.
And as the meta progressed, like you see people doing it flawlessly.
Yeah.
There was a point in Brawl where, you were getting hit by the whole R.O.B down smash, and now it's like, why'd you throw that move out? I might hit you for it, actually.
Yeah, the reversal coming out.
Yeah.
Chia.
Midnight forward air is another really SDI-able move that she is not really exploiting, But that was really important to kind of go through Meta Knight when the forward air came through and punish on the other side.
Yeah,
definitely
that was
a great option.
Really big deal. Actually, now that I think about it, didn't R.O.B win the first Brawl or like first/only Brawl Evo?
I don't recall.
I think the player was named CPU, actually. It was CPU versus Ken, and like items were on. It was really
that's
goofy.
possible. I didn't watch back then.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like, this isn't my cup of tea. I'm not looking at this.
That's fair, that's fair. Yeah, that was definitely early meta
knowing
here.
your history. You're like, yo, did you know? I'm like, I played the game and no, I had no idea.
Wow, the forwarder just beating out the shuttle loop. Okay, Chia still surviving here. This is somewhat doable. Down smash is going to punish Chia here, 130%. R.O.B is heavy, but Meta Knight coming through the Nair.
Yeah, and remember that up tilt killed maybe 15% after this. So that's something to note is that Chia has to worry about that. And Chia has been spending a lot of time in the air and no more gas. These prices are just way too high. They're starting to come down enough, but Chia still wasn't able to refill that tank.
Yeah, and that was a lot closer than game one. So I think a lot of great adaptations coming out from Chia, and also Final Destination helping out a lot, right?
For sure.
So I would assume we're going back to Final Destination here.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Worked out really well. I mean, even we didn't see too much of the forward tilt game number 2, but I do think the forward tilts from game 1, like the way Chia was throwing out forward tilts, commands a lot of space. Again, forward tilt, this is probably R.O.B's best game in terms of like forward tilt. I mean, obviously R.O.B's best game is Ultimate for sure, but in terms of like just the forward tilt as a move, it was so good in Brawl.
Yeah. I mean, R.O.B got some other stuff now, but yeah, it's a really good tool, and Chia's doing way better right now. It's really interesting watching how the dynamic shifted. 686 before was kind of, I think, going through a Meta Knight flowchart, and now Chia is recognized and is actually punishing every single one of the flowchart options, saying, hey, you better think against me or you're going to keep on getting forward smash to the face.
Yeah, these NATOs aren't cutting it anymore, 686. Got to come in with some different approaches, maybe mixing up with some glides and stuff like that. Ooh, I love the lasers as well. Chia doing a fantastic job this game number 3 here. The glide toss backwards still not going to work out. What's the punish? The up smash.
Nothing.
Oh, man, so close. Up smash would have done it in right there, but Chia still with the stock lead here. Wow, the forward smash practically safe against that the shield grab there.
Yeah, really, really good tool. 165% put on a 686M. Chia in a fantastic position. How are you going to close it out, though? You know, up smash is going to be really risky. I can't recall if R.O.B can actually kill with a grab at this percent. I feel as if R.O.B can.
Oh, the tech chase. Oh, I tried to go for the grab there. I mean, up throw I would assume with KO. Yeah. And Nair's a lot stronger in this game as well. Yeah. So, I mean, in the in Smash 4 and Ultimate, Nair more of like a combo tool. It still combos in this game, I believe, or at least sets you up for a pretty decent position, but way, way stronger. Oh my goodness, watch that the DI.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Still alive though, fortunately for Chia, but 686 is definitely starting to get a much better idea of how to deal with Chia's options now.
Oh, the backside of down smash is going to be stronger than the front side, so that is going to be enough. No momentum cancels enough to save you there, Chia, but again, these forward smashes against the Tornado really forcing 686 to come in with these different approaches.
Absolutely, and 686 is trying to use a little bit of a couple rolls to get in, because that back roll is really, really fast, so you can kind of run up, turn around, and do a back roll in, but Chia has answers to those as well.
I love the B reverse up B as well to set up the back air.
Great grab.
Wow.
Yeah, just take that stage control. Here's a laser, all right. But 686 got on, and Chia just aggressively now fighting. I think in all the positions where she should be defensive, she's choosing to attack, and it's really throwing 686 off.
Again, these forward smashes are so strong. They're really kind of checking these NATO approaches, and just like Meta Knight forward smash, not a lot of end lag, right? So she is able to go into forward smash, then cover herself with maybe like a forward tilt after a grounded approach. Not really going to be able to get whip punish unless going to be completely ready for it. The dash attack setting up the situation. So still possible to whiff punish, but very tight window on that forward smash, right?
Absolutely. I was so concerned for Chia's stock right there. And a back hit of down smash again. You were touching on that, Charles, about how strong it is.
Yeah, and it's weird. I don't know if Chia... So in like Smash 4 and Ultimate, you actually want to just DI horizontally the opposite direction, but Melee and Brawl, you want to go for the corners, right? Yeah. For at least horizontal. So Chia going straight left there off of the down smash. I don't know if Chia was just used to Ultimate DI or whatnot, But yeah, it can be really, really tricky bouncing in between the games. Wow, the neutral are catching the multi-hit. Again, 19% there. And I mean, what seemed like such a huge lead for Chia in the beginning, now 686 has brought it back, and look at this stock tank, 152% on the Meta Knight. The neutral will do it.
So there is still some hope to possibly go to a game 4. The straight coming down with the tornado right away, just saying, you know what, I know what I'm supposed to do in this scenario.
Okay, got some item play here. Gyro going to go all the way to the right and spawn in a new one, the forward smash. Not going to be able to whiff punish with that shield.
Yeah, but these up Bs out of shields just making it so difficult for Chia to apply any pressure at all.
Okay, the trade here. And
Chia
all, I mean, R.O.B's heavy.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
like, let's trade all day.
You'll take the trades. As long as you're not getting set up in a offstage situation against Meta Knight, just tick for tack, having these trades, you're going to win that war in terms of the weight. But now, 686 not getting too much trade, just getting these clean hits, gets the grab here, zoning with the forward air. Perfect shield, yep, up B.
Going to get a little stale at this point, so that is one saving grace for Chia. Not going to have to worry about dying to an up B out of shield.
Yeah,
currently.
oh my goodness, staling in this game was harsh.
Yeah.
Like you had to know exactly when to use your lineup of moves just because staling was so punishing in this game. If you had a KO move that killed at 130, but you went for it at 128, you're not KOing with it for a long, long time. And like you said, the staleness of that up B really coming into play here. 147% here on Chia, gets the trip on the down tilt, getting more chip damage with these projectiles here. So what you want if you're Chia.
Absolutely, and I mean 83% on Meta Knight, still lightish character, just momentum canceling keeps him alive a lot longer. So there is still some hope if Chia can slow it down a bit, maybe get Meta Knight to that 130% mark and be able to find the stock with an air.
Trying to go for this down smash, trying to get the back hit. The up B is going to be enough, even with the staling. Great stuff from 686 to unstale the move and eventually just close it out with the up B. And, 686 looking really dominant that game number 1, but game number 2, Chia with the counter pick and the adaptation slowly coming into play. And that was looking like a really competitive set. I thought we were going to see a game 4.
I did too. That game number 3, Chia just started off so strong. But
yeah,
again,
with the lead.
Yeah, like almost a stock lead basically. And just all of a sudden 686 said, actually, I played this game a little bit. I know what to do.
Yeah, the Meta Knight coming in strong. But really cool to see some variety. Obviously, Meta Knight, you're going to see a lot of Meta Knight in Brawl, but R.O.B, a character that, again, we saw a lot of in the beginning of the meta,